Someone just asked you a deeply personal question at a dinner party, and instead of answering, you felt that familiar instinct to deflect with humor or change the subject entirely. In that moment, you wondered if you were being secretive or antisocial, if something was wrong with you for not opening up. But what you're actually experiencing is your psychological immune system protecting something precious. Your inner world deserves boundaries, not because you're hiding something shameful, but because the most resilient people maintain themselves when they have a private place, some locus that remains inviolable except by invitation. Years before you've sorted through your own feelings, that same instinct kicks in. You're sitting with a half formed thought. Maybe it's about a relationship shift, a career doubt, or even just something that felt off in your day. And someone asks the innocent question, "What's on your mind?" The urge to deflect isn't about being secretive. It's about protecting your internal processing space. When you share a thought before you've understood it yourself, you hand an unfinished thing to someone else's interpretation. Your own precarious financial position, secret romantic infatuation, or unrealized professional ambitions might seem more perplexing, frustrating, or even frightening when confined to your own mind, but they become even more distorted when shared before you understand them. Your thoughts and feelings deserve time to crystallize before they meet the world's interpretations. But when you're struggling with a rejection, a financial setback, or a professional failure, that instinct to keep it private becomes even more critical. Your brain is still actively trying to make sense of what happened, why the promotion didn't come through, why the relationship ended, why the investment went wrong. And external input during this raw processing phase doesn't help you understand. It compounds the original wound. Someone else's interpretation of your failure, no matter how well intentioned, becomes another variable your already overwhelmed emotional system has to manage. When you're forced to articulate or defend a struggle before you've processed it, you're not healing. You're performing your pain for an audience, turning your private reckoning into emotional labor that serves everyone's comfort but your own recovery. When you shared a half formed thought before understanding it yourself, did you feel like you handed control of your own processing to someone else? Comment your answer below. Now let's look at what happens when that instinct to keep things private becomes even more essential. Your family dynamics make this instinct even more critical. Some family systems are uncomfortable with members having private thoughts or feelings. They manifest as persistent demands that you share your experience whenever asked. Your instinct to keep certain feelings private becomes essential when you recognize this pattern. Oversharing can backfire in families that weaponize information, where your updates get used for gossip, criticism, or control. When you share genuine concerns about a job interview, relationship doubt, or financial worry with family members who turn your vulnerability into ammunition for later arguments or unsolicited advice sessions, you're not building intimacy. You're feeding a system that transforms your private processing into family drama. This dynamic often accuses you of being secretive or distant when you try to maintain appropriate boundaries. Your reluctance to share isn't about being secretive. It's about recognizing that some family systems can't handle your authentic emotional experience without making it about themselves. Protecting your financial details, income, debt, and savings, is essential for maintaining your autonomy. Sharing these numbers hands others a framework to judge your life, turning your personal spending into a math problem for them to solve. The instinct to deflect money questions isn't about shame. It's a boundary that prevents unsolicited commentary on your priorities. Financial privacy ensures you can make choices based on your own values rather than managing the expectations of those who don't pay your bills. Your instinct to deflect is essential for protecting your insecurities from external amplification. Sharing vulnerable thoughts too soon hands your inner critic a megaphone, as others' pity or unsolicited advice often magnifies your negative self-talk into a performance of pain. Processing self-doubt privately allows you to work through these feelings without the added burden of managing someone else's judgment or discomfort. Protect that internal space. It's where you develop the capacity to handle your inner critic without outside interference. Subscribe for more psychology that validates your instincts, and check out this video next.